I've been thinking a lot about this flat rate conversation. And I got to be honest, up until now, I've always kind of thought that like it's flat rate. It's what you put in is what you get out. As a commission employee, when I was an advisor, I loved commission. I'll put it this way. I never earned five figures in a month when I was paid by the hour or on a salary. It just didn't happen. But on a commission, the sky was the limit. And I could hustle, put in all the time and effort and get really good paychecks out of it. So I always kind of saw flat rate the same way for the technician. Hustle, and you can make some really solid weeks. And we all know there are certain technicians that won't do certain work because they don't like that certain work, but then they complain they don't get enough hours. So I've always been conflicted on this flat rate thing. But here goes something. Technicians are a blue collar trade. Now, I used to be a technician myself. I've worked a lot of blue collar trades. I've worked in construction, I've worked in excavation, I worked in chemical plants and a maintenance department. I've done a lot of blue collar stuff. I grew up doing that stuff. My first job was excavation when I was like 13 years old. I was running like an excavator at 14. It was crazy. So I've done the blue collar jobs. And those jobs are traditionally paid on an hourly or salary basis. You don't usually work commission if you're just an employee in the blue collar trade. So the question is did technicians really ask for flat rate? Is this really what they asked for when they entered the trade of automotive technology, when they entered into being a mechanic turning wrenches? I understand. I get it. It can be stressful because I think about my bosses back when I worked in the trade, the contractors. They were constantly stressed about how much work was coming in and how much work was in the future and what next month looked like. And there were certain days where I just couldn't work because there wasn't enough work to go around. They couldn't pay me. So, and I was a kid back then, so I didn't care. But now looking back, I kind of see that and I got to wonder, do technicians, are they just not asking for a commission-based pay that is like flat rate? I mean, they're a blue collar trade. They're not exactly hustling with customers. They're not in sales or anything like that. That's a different personality. That's the kind of stuff that I kind of like, frankly. But technicians, they didn't sign up to be that person. They signed up to do their trade, what they love to do, fix and diagnose cars and figure things out and solve problems. And it has nothing to do with a commission. They just want to make a good living, a stress-free living, and work on cars. And maybe that's part of it. Maybe we're applying the wrong pay plan, the wrong commission to the wrong subset of employees in the automotive industry. Perhaps that's it. Now, I know flat rate exists so that customers can also be charged fairly, so we're not like charging them 20 hours on an alternator replacement that's only booked for 2 hours. Maybe we can keep flat rate as a payment system for customers, but pay our technicians hourly or salary, and we can also, give our technicians quarterly evaluations on how often they hit those flat rate times. Maybe give a bonus on that, but their paycheck's not affected by it. Maybe that's the answer.